The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because
he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, we saw Trevor Lawrence take plenty of deep shots in his days at Clemson, and he shows off that cannon of an arm here as a rookie at the NFL level. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this is now a one-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Wilson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Wilson going to throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Nelson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
We got this. Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 30. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
Gain of 9 yards. That's good.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. This is caught inside the 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2. And instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly. And getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Here comes Nelson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Working with his 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case,
it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And the defense loses him. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there for the Raiders.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football right on the money.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Nelson. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Another completion there. And what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL starting. Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick-6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here comes Nelson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Lawrence's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
What a savvy read by the running back. He saw his quarterback was out of the pocket in a little bit of trouble. He just broke off his route and took off deep downfield. Thought for a second there they had him, but they were unable to connect for a big play.
He'll let it go deep for Foster. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here comes Nelson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tutu Atwell with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Nelson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
The New England Patriots were seeking a good edge rusher. Matt Judon is now providing that, having come over from Baltimore. 30.5 sacks the last 4 years there. They expect him to get to the quarterback frequently in Patriots red and blue.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Raiders 40.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tutu Atwell making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Nelson.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to dig down deep, and they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
And he will find his man Ruggs. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Here's Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Michael Pittman,
37 yards.
And the Raiders get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. We're not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Nelson.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Lawrence going to throw again. He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now Lawrence.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground with Breida.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Wilson. That's out to the flat for Akers.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. There he goes, right side. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Excellent pick there by Buda Baker. And I remember when teams were preparing for him primarily as one of the better special teamers in the league. An all-pro as a rookie in that spot. He's grown into being one of the best safeties in the NFL. In 2020, named all-pro again, this time as a member of the secondary.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Henry Ruggs
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Julian Blackmon bringing him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. There's Wilson to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Robert Foster, 34 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Carlson on for the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But yeah.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ. Wilson going to throw for it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Hey, Team 6, Team 6.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And pardon me, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way the season has started out. Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield.
2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what do you think's going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards. And the Ravens first.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From just shy of midfield,
Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to...
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Here comes Nelson.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And this one too low.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Alpha.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Again, it's Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Matt Judon, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this has not been going the way that he thought prior to the game. Probably figured he'd be able to throw a few more downfield, but he's having to run around for his life back there. They've already gotten to him a number of times. They'll keep coming after him in the pass rush. My advice, shorter passes. Get the ball out of your hand.
Oh, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 42's more.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Xavier Howard, the all-pro corner, up to make the stop.
1 yard gain brings up second.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas,
it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.